Congratulations to the class of 2026 on the completion of your degrees. Every graduate of McMaster University is proudly welcomed as a member of the McMaster Alumni Association. Who are McMaster alumni? From coast to coast and every corner of the world, we work, lead, contribute, and volunteer in all industries and fields of work. We take our community spirit with us, our creativity and technical strengths, along with our unique problem-solving skills to make a difference for others, collaborating and innovating to take on the big questions facing the world. We make an impact. McMaster University's alumni community is one of the foundations of our success. Alumni achievements, leadership, and service shape not only the university, but also the communities, industries, and causes they support around the world. Let's meet some of McMaster's outstanding alumni now, introducing some of the 2026 McMaster Alumni Association Award winners.
I think I did know myself really well. So what I would say to a lot of people who don't is, one is get to know yourself like holistically as well. And then the best advice that I was ever given that I love passing on to other people is find a mentor and be somebody else's mentor, no matter what stage you're at. Because if you're graduating, you can mentor somebody 2 years behind you, a year behind you, a high school student, but always be looking for somebody who is a few steps ahead of where you think you might want to get to, because they're the ones who are going to talk about you in rooms that you're not even in, and you have no idea where those kinds of loose ties are going to lead, because none of the jobs I've gotten in my entire career have come from an online portal. It's always a referral. It's a thing I didn't think I would ever fall into, and somebody was championing me, like, without me even knowing that it was happening.
Really reflect on your values and articulate your purpose. And what purpose is your why, right? It's kind of the reason you get up in the morning. It's the direction you move in life. And, when I look at people around me, and sometimes students in my classes, I see that there's there isn't this direction that they have. So I think we can benefit from thinking about purpose. Why are you here? What do you stand for? What's truly important to you? And I think when we reflect on these elements, it's easier to make decisions in life, right? If that is, the kind of work that you choose to do, paid or unpaid work, if there's an opportunity in front of you, it's easier to make the decision and to say yes to something if it aligns with your values and, what is important to you.
The best advice I would give is to really take the time to understand your story. You've been at McMaster, which is a globally renowned institution. Not only have you built an exceptional education, you've been able to have these lifelong experiences in the community you've been at through McMaster. And I realized that you could come across many people that have the same degree, many people that have the same credentials, but what is the story behind your path? What is the information there? What is the unique path that has led you to be the person you are? And how can you speak to that when you're in positions, whether it's through entrepreneurship or whether you're applying for an interview or whether you're trying to get funding or whatever it may be? The more you understand your story, the more ownership you could take over where you're going, and the more power you have in terms of preparing for what the future may hold for you. Because I'm just starting to realize that after you leave university, the world is a place where you are competing with many people in ways you do and don't realize. And I'm really just starting to see that when you understand your story, you start to take a bit more ownership, and it helps you prepare for the things that, you inevitably can't prepare for life. So if you could listen from anything from my ramble, I would just say, continue to remember and honor your story, because you're carving a path that only you could take.
Give yourself grace. I know once you graduate, you feel perhaps the pressure and the stress of having to make something of yourself immediately after graduation. And while that career progression is important to ensure that there's not a huge gap between your schooling, and when you put yourself out into the field, give yourself grace to just immerse yourself and soak in the fact that you just accomplished something so amazing, and really sit and think, based on all these experiences, the knowledge and the skills that I've developed, what might be the best step forward that allows me to really not only express the creativity of the scholarship that I just had under my belt, but will also bring me joy. I think early on in my career, I was just so stressed stressed about getting a job. I didn't actually think about, do I want to do this? Is the day-to-day grind of doing this work, while it can be stressful, is it also finding pockets of meaningfulness and impact that allows me to stay in these spaces, for longer? So give yourself grace and time to think about, those things. And also don't be shy. Put yourself out there, practice really marketing yourself and working, that muscle. While that degree is very, very important, people are also going to want to know about you beyond this piece of paper and your academic grades. So start really thinking about how you market yourself, how you share your experiences and your stories, and get out there and network in community and in formal spaces as well too.
Today we welcome the newest members to this vibrant alumni community that stretches across the globe. Let's hear from some of this year's graduates as they reflect on their time at McMaster.
One of my favorite memories at Mac was actually move-in day. I remember being super nervous to move in and make friends, and me and my roommate actually wandered around the halls hoping we'd find someone in there and just force them to be our friend. And it actually worked out, and we found our second year roommates that way.
I want to thank my parents and my family, because my parents have created this life for me that's made it all possible and why I'm here today. They made it so every goal was achievable, no dream was too big, and no love was limited for my brothers and I. And I also want to thank my brothers, because they paved the way as two older brothers to show me what life is like and kind of where I should go next. And they also made me tough enough to survive it, being two older brothers. So I want to thank them.
My favorite experience at McMaster was probably getting the unique opportunity to do brain cancer research under the supervision of Dr. Sheila Singh. I think this was something that was so unique, and getting the opportunity to contribute to research that can hopefully help patients one day was something that I'll never forget.
There are a couple people I want to thank. I think the first being my mother. Being able to study at McMaster, I was able to stay at home, and something that I really appreciate is that we honestly got this degree together. She was someone who always stayed up during the late hours when I was studying, always making sure I was well fed or there for me. I'd also love to thank my dad. I always say he's the best listening ears. He always had to hear me as I recited all my 2000 anatomy cards, so I really won't forget those moments. And I'd love to thank my older sister, and she always taught me to embrace who I am. I'd also love to thank two mentors who I discovered at my time at McMaster, Dr. Patricia Ferrugia, the Associate Dean of Indigenous Health within the Faculty of Health Sciences. She's someone who I got to really learn from and explore my interest in Indigenous health from my first to fourth year of university, and Hartley Jaffine, a facilitator within the Honors Health Sciences program, that taught me to really explore my interests within and outside the health sciences, including creative writing.
I would like to shout out the two most important people in my life, my parents, who gave up everything in their life to move us to Canada and get me to where I am today, graduating from McMaster University. Without them, I would not be where I am right now. I would also like to thank my family, who is back home watching me graduate right now. I would like to thank them for all their support and encouragement all the way from overseas.
One of my favorite memories from McMaster was giving campus tours. I remember being in those groups when I was considering attending McMaster, being unsure but also curious of what would be coming. And it has been a super full circle moment to be able to support students and guide their journeys. And it has really shaped my perspective on community as well as growth in my time here.
I'd love to express my sincere gratitude to my family. Thank you, Amma, Appa, Akka, as well as Aditi, Jemson, Roshan, and my whole extended family and cousins. Thank you for your support and for believing in me. I wouldn't be here without you. I would also love to thank my supervisor, Dr. Joan Krupinski, for giving me this project, for believing in me. Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank my parents for everything that they've done for me. I truly wouldn't be here without them. They've been here through the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And if it weren't for them, I would never have accomplished the things that I have. And for that, I want to say I love you and I thank you.
I'd like to shout out my parents, my mama and baba. Thank you for being my rocks throughout my journey over here at McMaster. Graduating to me is more than just a diploma. It is proof that your sacrifices were worth it. You left your lives behind and you sacrificed your dreams so I would have the best chance at fulfilling mine. I'd also like to shout out my sisters and my friends.
From late nights studying in Thode to getting a sweet treat to celebrate after, you guys are all the reasons why I'm here today.
Hi Mom, hi Dad. Surprise! I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you've done for me throughout the years, and that is one of the main reasons why I'm standing here today. Hi Nana, hi Grandma, hi Papa. I also wanted to thank you for all the love and support that you guys have given me throughout my life. And Grandpa, I know that you can't be here today, but I know that you're cheering me on from above.
One thing that I remember very, very clearly is the use of the boat all throughout my 4 years. I remember in my second year how my friend and I, we would go into that boat, we'd have like little improv sessions. There would be people that would pass by and they'd giggle, and you know what, honestly, I'm glad that they had some fun watching our improv sessions. But aside from that, we were always there talking, you know, wasting our time or using up our time until it was time for class. So definitely our time at the boat, yeah, that was great.
My favorite memory would have to be from first year. So my friends and I had this little tradition where after every midterm we'd go to Centro to grab ice cream. And although it wasn't anything big, it kind of just made the stress of school feel lighter, and it helped me realize that I had friends who were going through this journey with me as well.
Someone I'd like to shout out would first of all be my mom, whose home-cooked meals are what got me through exam season. I'd like to thank all of my professors for answering all of my panicked emails I'd send at 1 a.m. And lastly, I'd like to thank my friends for being willing to take a random walk with me around campus whenever I felt like I couldn't focus at the library.
Opportunity.
Second home.
Enriching.
Personal growth.
Strength.
Grateful.
Transformative.
Rewarding. Opportunity.
Bright.
Perseverance.
Confidence building.
Unforgettable.
Thank you, class of 2026. We are confident you will continue to make us proud, and we are so excited to see where you will go, what you will create, how you will advance and innovate, and where you will make your unique impact, making a brighter world for us all. And to echo the sentiments of our graduands, thank you to all the supporters out there who played such an important role in bringing us to this occasion today. We celebrate you along with your graduate today, and we share your pride. And graduands, remember, your formal time at McMaster may have come to a close, but you are now a member of the McMaster Alumni Association, and we are here wherever you want to connect. Stay in touch, keep your email up to date, and learn about all that your Alumni Association offers you. Welcome to the network of a lifetime.
Twice. Okay. Like the whole chart? The whole thing gets repeated?
All of 3, right?
Yeah, because it's short.
It's so short.
Okay.
inflate the bag. And yeah, you've always got to be moving your arm a bit because the pressure on the bag has to be the same. Otherwise the pitch is very sensitive. If you even let up a little bit, the pitch will change. If you squeeze it too much, the pitch will go up. So as the bag gets fuller with air, you've got to kind of release a little bit, and then as it's deflating, you've got to push it. And so it's just kind of, but it always has to be the same pressure so that the pitch doesn't change. But I love it. It's my favorite family of instruments.
Yeah.
On like a molecular level. I think I must have been a shepherd in a past life or something, or in many past lives.
My middle name is Douglas.
Sorry?
My middle name is Douglas. So with a name like Scott Douglas, you don't get much more.
You have Scottish ancestry, yeah.
Grew up going to Highland games. My sister's all dance.
I want to go. I do Highland dancing. I'm learning as an adult, which is very hard. I'm no good. I'm really bad, but I'm having a really fun time learning it. Because I get to dance to bagpipes. So. Cool. Yeah. I want to go to the Fergus Highland Games this year.
It's on my calendar.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Are you going?
I think so. If I can get my mom to go.
Yeah.
The health isn't great, so if I can work that out,
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go this year.
we used to go. Used to be like 5 or 6 over the summer every year. They just stay good.
In Ontario?
Yeah. Cambridge, Fergus, there's a bunch of them.
I still haven't been to one, so I'll go with that.
Well, the funny thing is, there's like, if you spend the day at the Highland Games, and then in the car on the way home, you still bagpipes.
Yeah.
Just this constant noise of bagpipes. It's a very unique experience.
Yeah. This would be a great date. But I think I'd sooner play some Scottish songs. My place is in the I don't know if you have
Graduands and guests, please rise as you are able for the academic procession.
I declare that the 677th Convocation of McMaster University for the conferring of degrees is now in session.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Maureen MacDonald, Provost and Vice President Academic. This afternoon, I have the great pleasure of acting as your Master of Ceremonies and of welcoming all of you, graduands and guests, to this convocation ceremony. On behalf of the university, I would like to recognize and acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee nations, and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. We must remember that we all have a role in upholding the spirit of the agreement, that merely acknowledging our presence on these traditional lands is only a small step in our shared path to reconciliation. I challenge you to consider how you can foster reconciliation among the many peoples that inhabit these lands. I would like to start today's proceedings by acknowledging some of the notable leaders joining me on stage today. Our Chancellor, Dr. Nicholas Brathwaite, President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Susan Tai, Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, Dr. Jeremiah Hurley, Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Steve Relanovich, Vice Provost Teaching and Learning, Dr. Kim Day, Vice Provost International Affairs, Dr. Bonnie Ibawa, Vice Provost Equity and Inclusion, Dr. Barrington Walker, University Secretary, Andrea Thyrett-Kidd, Associate Vice Presidents, Associate Deans, Chairs, faculty members, and honored guests. We will open and close the ceremony with the Thanksgiving address. In Haudenosaunee culture, it is common for a speaker to stand and recite words of acknowledgement and thanks when people come together for important matters. In the Mohawk language, this is known as Ohundo Gali Hatekwa, the words that come before all else. In the Cayuga language, it is known as Ganyohanyok, or the Thanksgiving address. Both are sometimes also known as greetings to the natural world. These are ancient words that are intended to remind all of those in attendance that as a group of people, we are to warmly greet one another and collectively give thanks for all of the elements that have made it possible for us to be well on this earth. This shared activity of hearing and listening is said to create feelings of good-mindedness in our daily interactions with one another and asks us to be active participants in maintaining this state of being. If you are interested in reading an English translated version of the address, please follow the link in your program to the celebration website. Following the Thanksgiving address, Dr. Jeremiah Hurley, Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences, will present the honorary degree recipient. I would like to now call upon Derek Sandy, Knowledge Keeper, to deliver the Thanksgiving address. Thank you.
Greetings, everybody. My name is, my original name is Hauhige. My English name is Derek Sandy. I'm going to share with you Ganohanyo, which is done in the Gayokono language, Kiyuga language in English. And on and one and Dwasawat Nada Honda Hongoyon Dakna to Hon what ne E Guy Hoin Dakna Gyo, what do get do Ganohanyo. And on and the go there, a Swatan CEO, Sky Point go Hawado. Nay Hendway Hokanto, Sangoya Dixon, Sangwawi Ganohanyo. Nene on Huizat Scano do Noctanyo. Nidine and Wehig, Ehat Scott, and Waya, Hongwatni Gohan. Scott did what no Hanyo, Nataganio took na Hongwatni Gohan. And on a Hendwa Tro, weeks at home a day. Nad one o had one hook, Nate Sahon, the Unquisidaga Drakwa. Nay all hand, Nada Hodan Sakoy home. Nay na agree one egg scano, Noctanyo, now what near Doctagis. Nay and what away a noni, na did what deity no Hanyo, na. Sahon wins a date, one o had one hook, Nate again took na Hongwatni Gohan. And on a na Hendwa Trovi. Na to Hawaii and that's a Hohan Jada, na the Hodan Gogeto, Hoyanto, Nanto, Wenzagate, na Hadio Hoin Gragi, Nato Gaunyo, Noko Trot Hounds, no. Nate and what away and only, na did one honyo, na on the wind grachno, Nate go to Nene, Onoko Trot Son, Nate Ganio took na Hongwani Gohan. And on a na Hendwa Trovi. Na neo nigga noski hendenyo, no waudanyo, gonna die, Nate got nigo one sake. Nate and what away and only. Na did one honyo, nigga no snake again, you took na Hongwani Gohan. And on a na Hendwa Trovi, na sa nigaha, we on the own, taught na go with the Oji Sondak, na go with the go and Nate na Oji Sondak. Nate and what away and only, na did one honyo, na sa nigaha, we on the own, taught Nate again, you took na Hongwani Gohan. And on a na Hendwa Trovi, na gadin, yo gadi laksano gates, Nate ganon gates. And then it go and hang now. They won't days, Nick go to the nail away go. Nay, and what away and only, nah, did one home, yo, gadin, yo, gadi laksano gates, and Nick gadiganon gates, Nate again, you took now and want to go. And on a na hand war trovi, now to the no, Nate gadisha, de hadoni, now go and Nate now, what that. Nate and what away and only, na did one home, yo, na to the no, Nate gadish, ah, de hadoni, Nate again, you took now and want to go on. And on a na and our trovi, na, dear wawani, na neo do, hadia stone. Nate na agree one egg, na scan on, na did away, na dear wawani. Nate and what away and only, na did one home, yo, dear wawani, Nate again, you took now and want to go on. And on a na and war trovi, na to Hawaii and that's a hope and jawdot. Na hoi wakas and went hodai hodonyo, touch near gates at na Hawaii and he. Nay, na go get no sagoi ho, na he got question it caught had even at the gates of tea, so did you know what? Nay, go to the nay and day caught what, get so scan and get the go. What's the watch at the Saruno what? Nay, go to the nail so he caught neat dog, gates of tea, so did you know what? Nay, go to the nail just on that sank on here dog, tea, so did you know what? On a good rats we owe, do guess a guy why, na the hadn't get away when they get drifting. Nay, and what away and only, na this ditino hanyo, na hodai hodonyo, touch me, gets at Nahowie and hey, nay to get any talk na and want to go home. And on a na hand war tro, we na said we'll go on, that's gonna die, yo, oi ho on, na touch what's nay, dose a high white, what's that now song why a hank go hand, don't how much for the young gate. Nei na ndoda wa no ni na de sir wana hanyo na sir ba go wana skana da yo. Nei to gani tok na go ni go. Dani na handwa tro wi na gi nung go da gi hadi au ya kyo no na dio ki anya do. Nei na go da swi o do ga scan o do nokta no na mo ge de wa ni ya go ni. Nei na ndoda wa no ni na di ti no hanyo ge ha no hadi au ya kyo no na dio ki anya do. Nei to gani tok na go ni go ha. And on a na handwa tro, we na hong ha gate gone here they hana great some way this song. Nate son to set, don't Nate scan, no, I do not done you. Nate na go drop sweet, oh, do guess to how we now hold any don't shrub. Grieve when Nate na scan, no, so not done you now what near the targets. Nate and what away and only. Now the silver no on you, now gone here they hand drops some way this song. Nate again you took now and what you go out. Done it all, young man.
I would now like to present our honorary degree recipient, Arthur Fogel. McMaster alumnus Arthur Fogel has been described by the Globe and Mail as the most powerful man in music, and by Bono, the lead singer of U2, as clearly the most important person in live music in the world. Mr. Fogel began building that kind of reputation and influence by promoting musical acts with Toronto-based Concert Productions International, CPI. He was tour manager for Martha and the Muffins, and then in 1986 took on the role of president of CPI's concert division. In 1995, he became president of TNA, The Next Adventure, and later ran the global touring division of SFX, which became Live Nation in 2005. Mr. Fogel is currently president of global touring and chairman of global music at Live Nation Entertainment. Mr. Fogel is best known for overseeing the majority of the most successful global tours in popular music history, beginning with the Rolling Stones' Steel Wheels tour in 1989. Beyond its record-breaking commercial success, Steel Wheels also revolutionized the way tours are booked and marketed. Since that watershed achievement, Mr. Fogel has promoted iconic tours for acts including U2, AC/DC, and Madonna. He has also worked with Lady Gaga, The Police, David Bowie, Justin Timberlake, Rihanna, Bruno Mars, Tony Bennett, and the Canadian icons Rush and Neil Young. More recently, he promoted Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour, one of the top 10 grossing concert tours of all time, and Madonna's Celebration Tour, that included a show that drew 1.6 million people in Rio de Janeiro. He also promoted U2's groundbreaking residency at The Sphere in Las Vegas, as well as shows by Peter Gabriel and Sting at the same venue. The subject of the 2013 documentary, Who the F is Arthur Fogel? There were asterisks in the title. Mr. Fogel is a fixture on the music industry's Billboard Power 100. He's been named the Polestar Promoter of the Year and received the T.J. Martell Entertainment Visionary Award. He was inducted into the Canadian Music Industry Hall of Fame and named the Polestar 2024 Impact 50 honoree, as well as taking the top spot on Billboard Canada's Power Players list. He also received the Elizabeth Taylor Commitment to End AIDS Award from the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation. Mr. Fogel is a member of the McMaster Alumni Gallery. Mr. Chancellor, I present McMaster graduate Arthur Fogel to you so that you may recognize his career as an innovator and leader in the music industry by conferring upon him his second McMaster degree, a Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Arthur Fogel, by the authority of McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa in McMaster University with all the rights and privileges pertaining to that degree. Congratulations. Thank you. You need to sign the convocation rule. I would now like to invite Dr. Arthur Fogel to deliver the convocation address.
Unfortunately, I can't write prescriptions. Chancellor Braithwaite, President Tai, honored guests, graduates, family, and friends. As I was driving in from Toronto and took a detour to see the campus after many years, I was, taken aback by the fact that I'm here receiving this, but most importantly, having no idea that this would ever happen when I left here as a graduate. It is a great honor to be here today and to deliver this address. A few years back, I had the privilege of receiving the Order of Canada, and as I sat at the ceremony in Ottawa at the Governor General's residence, I looked around the room and I couldn't help but ask myself, how am I deserving to be included in this? There were great and accomplished scientists, doctors, educators, authors, social activists, historians, philanthropists, and many others being honored. But I realized importantly that there are so many different ways in life to make an impact. I was recently a parent in the audience at one of my children's graduations from university and witnessed the emotions that all the graduates were experiencing. Pride, a great sense of accomplishment, perhaps some relief, while at the same time sadness from moving on from friends and a community they had come to live with. It is, of course, a significant milestone in your life, and now you look forward to what comes next with great excitement, but also perhaps with some measure of trepidation. It always seemed to me through my own experience, that of my children and friends, that there were two camps in life, those who knew exactly what they wanted to do and pursue post-graduation, and those who were uncertain about what they wanted to pursue. But there is no right or wrong in this process. Of course, everyone is different. You're entering a world that is changing. We all feel it and live it every day. But the fact is that change is a constant, a never-ending force in your life and our lives. The ability to embrace and adapt to change is simply part of life. Even after leaving school, learning never stops. It is another constant in life. However, perhaps the greatest irreplaceable tool we all have in an ever-changing world is our instincts. Those instincts will help guide you on career decisions, on how you want to find fulfillment. They will help to guide you in distinguishing between what is right and wrong. And ultimately, my message is that no matter what you choose to do or pursue, it is possible to create an impact, along with a sense of satisfaction and appreciation from others. Things will happen in your personal life or in the world that are impossible to predict. But using those instincts to navigate those challenges will help you find your way. Congratulations to all of you. It's really a great accomplishment, and I wish you all the best as you embark on the next chapter of your life. Have a great day.
Congratulations, Dr. Fogel. I imagine that won't get old. I would now like to welcome Dr. Susan Tai, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium to present the graduands to our Chancellor for admission to their degrees.
Graduates, if you are able, please stand. Chancellor Braithwaite, on behalf of McMaster University Senate, I present to you these candidates and those in absentia in order that they may confer the appropriate degrees upon them, and I bear witness that they are worthy and suitable.
Graduates, by my authority and that of the McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to admit those before me today and those in absentia to their individual degrees at McMaster University with all the rights and privileges pertaining to those degrees. My sincere congratulations to you all. Please be seated.
Graduates, I now ask each of you to join me on stage so the Chancellor and I may welcome you to the McMaster Community of Scholars.
Honoured guests, so that each graduate's name may be heard, it would be appreciated if during the presentation of the graduates, you would hold your collective applause to the end of each degree category. Thank you. Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Doctor of Philosophy.
Raha Farhang Kowe. Zichun Zhao. Cassandra Priest.
Honoured guests, Chancellor Braithwaite, May I present to you the following graduates of the degree Master of Arts.
Bailey McBride Palomar. Samuel Wefeani Alphonsus. Ihan Wei. Maysam Yazdani Por. Samuel Theodore Shields.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Master of Public Policy.
Taofikat Abiola Atanda. Bronwyn Sawyer Buchanan. Cole Joseph Chalupka. Olivia Catherine Duke.
Iman Kaur.
Salma Jafar. Jan Corneef.
Kimberly Nicole Langell. Sarah Dominique Mariani.
Zoha Mobeen.
Jennifer Lynn Mole. Ataluhe Nasser.
Menahil Nauman.
Christelle Celine Persad. Royan Pai.
Dalbir Rihil Patar. Michaela Sarah Salerno. Zora Fatima Siddiqui. Ana Maria Subotic.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Arts.
Yumna Mariam Abu Sali.
Amina Ahmed. Kulat Ahmad.
Sidra Al-Hamsi.
Julia Allen. Kina Allison.
Michelle Alovitinov.
Abdullah Al-Sikrin. Rui An.
Therese Anil.
Azmeyin Faik Arifin.
Zamia Ashraf.
Kian Askari. Saba Awan. Ember May Lynn Bain. Kelly Marie Barrett. Aaliyah Christina Batista. Adam Thomas Badagello. Catherine Belomesnaya. Daniela Clodid Benitez. Taylor Rose Bianco. Ricardo Bonilla Diamond.
Sydney Reed Bosse.
Jordan Bowker. Justin Bratt. James Rory Bredin. Bradley Michael Buscarini. Ella Sophie Margaret Butkovich. Hilton Alcantara Caballes. McKenna Elizabeth Campbell. Antonio Salvatore Cardone. Adrian Wenjin Chang. Matthew Roger Arnold Joseph Charbonneau. Cecilia Lin Chen. Therui Chen. Miao Miao Chung. Edison Chung. Sophie Brisbane Clark. Abigail Faith Coates. Ethan Craxford. Alyssa Ann Cunningham. Liviana DeBiase. Catherine Elizabeth Dayton. Manreet Dahadi. Jasleen Daliwal. Yuehan Ding. Paz Margaret Dizon. Fernanda Dominguez Ortega. Sydney Ann Ducept. Imad Durrani. Shule Kentsu Ida.
Brianna Lisa Enriquez.
John Richard Beswarrick Epton. Metejan Erai.
Arid Fan. Fabian Antonio Farfan. Hola Farouk.
Zainab Fatima. Ava Faustini. Noah Alim John Fazil. Roni Feigenberg. Nathan Allen Kelly Finley. Emily Alexandra Fraser.
Bavneet Kaur Gakal. Victoria Eva Galkovsky.
Mara L. Garchinsky.
Jahat Garg. Eric Genuth Okan.
Jean-Marc Gurges.
Adila Gabrab.
Mehek Gill. Carter Bradley Gleed. Renee Brianna Gonzalez. Emma Marilyn Goodridge. Gukshuan Guo. Robert Allen Guthrie. Fiona Hall. Sean Lucas Harris.
Fatima Zehra Haider.
Mohammed Haziri. Jaden Emily Hurd. Isaac George Hennelly. Ashley Elaine Howell. Jessica Shu. Chenwai Hu. Syed Yasin Hussein. Luke David Gordon Hussey. Caitlin Houston.
Ellery Madeline McCready Husel.
Eric Allen Hines. Imala Jamal. Supika Jatuwirapong. Liam Ranjit Allen Jiwan. Emma Charlotte Jepson. Ileana J. Tomas Jimenez Jury. Owen Keeling Johnson.
Arathy Joseph.
Tong Hei.
Kaylees Katrine Joseph.
Emily Elizabeth Kalman.
Ronelli Kaniki. Liana Kazadi. William Charles Keel.
Maya Kaur Kellogg.
Harleen Kaur Kokar.
Mariam Walid Kishta. Nicholas Kuntouris. Adam Christian Peter Kovar. Tegan Elizabeth Harkin Krawick. Christy Lamb. Victoria Lee. Hanson Hugh Lee. Jizhen Lee. Rachel Lin.
Jin Hang Liu.
Young Leo. Yao Young Liu. Yi Leo. Alexis Brooke Lowe. Cynthia Sin Ying Lung. Isabella Rosalie Madigan.
Rhiannon Leah Main. Raquel Melos. Malaika Tatenda Manda.
Antonio Marino.
Mary Elizabeth Marcoon.
Alex Marlette. Natalia Suzanne Martins. Kiana Masumi Rod. Joseph Peter Matei. Easton Marie McGillicuddy. Caden Allen McLinden. Molly Alexandra McPherson. Amanda Maximina Medeiros. Jasmine Reese Medeiros. Michaela Mifsud. Kashish Yogesh Modi. Aline Mohammed Ahmed Outman.
Naisula Richard Molel.
Jake Moore. Gabby Morgan.
Rima Murad.
Jada Shalise Courtney Murray.
Mariam Ninar.
Jenna Nandakumar. Fatima Nakvi. Kelly Tu Win.
Osasu Ogbebo.
Pearl Akwara. Mahmoud Ahmad Omar. Patrick Eamon O'Mara. Rosemary Oraha. Molly Jane Ann O'Toole. Kimaya Palta. Kia Palta. Maria Panagopoulos. Antara Patel. Nina Peng. Veronica Cindy Pistakova. Danielle Hannah Plenner. Alex Elizabeth Psotka. Zoya Scheherazade Qureshi.
Ryan Elias Kupti Petal. Mridula Rahman.
Alyssa Dea Ramlal Singh. Vaidehi Vijaykumar Ratudi. Andy Reda. Hafsa Hamza Rahman. Nia Reed. Zoe Catherine Reuter. Gurnur Riyat. Stella Rigji. Sydney Mason Roper.
Jonah Salmon.
Emma Salvo.
Philip Sangermano. Kevin Sansoya.
Colin Schmid. Sadia Shah.
Nana Sharma. Aoun Yad Shahade. Minal Sheikh.
Jiwan Shin. Yunsik Shin. Natalie Schlensky.
Tony Naomi Shoga. Sharmeen Tariq Siddiqui. Jashan Kaur Singh.
Sophia Crisula Sirmis.
Anika Mahesh Sujanani. Yi Yang Sun.
Adshaya Suthaharin. Riley Jordan Taylor.
Adriana Katarina Lopes Toido. Sohan Vandemosler.
Joshua Joseph Van Tripp. Owen Davis Vernon. Romiel Denise Villacorta. Luke Isaiah Wakeham.
Han Yi Wang.
Olivia Wang.
Tina Wong.
Shinlin Wei. Charlotte Wilhelmina Bomford Westerhoff. Zirui Wu.
Meng Chen Xie.
Yifei Xiong.
Ke Xin Xue. Yisan Yan.
Emma Elise Pui Lum Young. Rose Zanti Chase. Meichi Jiang. Lu Yangzhang.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Arts.
Jeffrey Ryan Alexander Adams. Juri Abdulillah El Masri. Eden Andoni.
Salwa Khalil Haider Al-Ashi.
Madeline Joy Baff. Amanda Lee Valerie Blazek.
Amara Cantwell. Shi Yin.
Hengming Cao.
Chen Yujie.
Hongyu Cheng.
Sandia De Lima.
Omar Sami El Badri.
Umu Solo Fofana.
Jessica Fu Jiang. Carolyn Brenna Gordon. Wanshuan Han.
Leo Kantartsis.
Sarpartap Lally. Aaron Michael Allen Lavers. Pui Ying Leung. Michelle Ma. Louise Page Meadway. Michelle Alisa Moretto.
Amélie Colette Okolo.
Isabella Christina Lynn Perry Robertson. Stephanie Emmanuel. Mitchell Price. Housen Mo.
Zareen Subha Salim.
Mira Syed Ahmad. Andrew James Scott. Caleb Smolinars. William David Stoneberg. Huiying Su. Stevan Tarashevich. Ethan Granger Wakeling. Yifei Wang. Xinyua Wing. Wenye. Saint Joel Zian.
Let's give one more round of applause to all of the newest graduates. To close our ceremony, we will first hear the valedictory address, followed by the presentation of awards, the President's address, closing remarks from the Chancellor, and finally, the closing address from our Knowledge Keeper. I would now like to introduce Eric Heinz, a graduate of the degree Honors Bachelor of Arts in the Anthropology program, who will be delivering the valedictory address.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm honored to stand here today among Chancellor Brathwaite, Dr. Tai, Dr. McDonald, Dr. Hanlovich, and Dr. Hurley. I'm just as honored to be here today before my fellow graduates, our professors, faculty, family, and friends. Thank you to every one of you for your unwavering support, kindness, guidance, and commitment to the success we are here to celebrate today. My name is Eric Heinz, and I invite you all to consider where you sit today and reflect on what brought you to this moment of graduation. I've heard one of the biggest feelings upon completing this academic journey is uncertainty, an uncertainty towards our future and towards who we even are today. I faced this a bit through school and to this very day. I wasn't the kind of student who blended in. I was a bit odd, to put it kindly. I raised my hand too quickly, only to say the wrong answer with complete confidence, or to interrupt the class to ask the same question repeatedly, mostly because I forgot that I was given the answer already. It took me far too long to learn that I should just take notes. I'm sure some remember me through these 4 years as the one to ask the nonsensical questions in class, or for the time I confidently called my classmate by the wrong name and was then called out for it in the middle of class. Embarrassing events, but somehow they led to friendships that remain today. Many of these kinds of actions led to a conversation I had with my principal in the 6th grade. He said, "Eric, if you don't want to be bullied, be the paint on the walls, and you will get through school." Now, that didn't make sense to me as the school's walls were blue, but we can move on. I've learned through my time here that this lesson from my principal was not isolated. Many of us shared an uncertainty about speaking in class, a fear of feeling uneducated or selfish. I refer to a specific conversation I had with one of our faculty members, Dr. Steinova. After one class in my 2nd year, following a question I asked that only led to further confusion, Dr. Steinova explained to me that the moments in class we raise our hand and stumble to ask the right question or fail to give the perfect answer, those are the exact moments we should congratulate, as they are what prove that we are learning. Having a response that is in progress shows that our mind is processing and developing new ideas, and that's what we're here to do after all. This moment taught me that the exact parts of myself I was once told to hide are deserving of reward and encouragement. I realized that awkward conversations became friendships, and the questions I felt were nonsensical became learning experiences. The very thing that made me different was what helped me build a community here. Through these years at McMaster, I saw these lessons take shape in hundreds of bright minds. All of us have grown exponentially, but we didn't arrive here alone. We arrived here because of those sitting beside us, the professors who taught us, and the family and the friends who supported us. Those are the ones who helped us succeed. But this community that supported us was made special by our differences and our distinct contributions. Each question asked, challenge faced, and perspective raised was unique to each of you, and something that nobody else but you could have provided. The lesson my principal once taught me was that we found safety, certainty, and success from blending in. The lesson I learned from McMaster was the complete opposite. Uncertainty does not disappear, especially not by blending in. We navigate it by participating, by taking risks, by learning from one another, and by showing up as ourselves, flaws and all. While we are a community of people, we're more importantly a community of individuals. And while we are individuals, we are not to be divided from one another. I want us to leave here today understanding that uncertainty will not ever disappear. You will continue to be told who to be, you will continue to make mistakes, and you will frequently confront the fear that comes with standing out. But accepting the lack of certainty and showing up as your unique self is what brought you here today. You are each capable of navigating uncertainty. All the evidence you need is here, where you are sitting right now. Your graduation, your success, and your community around you are proof that the individual you have become has made an impact, and that is what you must remember going into tomorrow. I close this by saying, be prepared to make mistakes, be unsure, and be imperfect. Because if you made it this far doing all that, then there is no reason to believe you can't do it again. Thank you.
Would Dr. Hendrik Poinar please come forward? From time to time, the Senate of McMaster University awards the title Distinguished University Professor to exceptional members of the faculty whose contributions in scholarship and education are truly outstanding. Chancellor Brathwaite, today, on behalf of the University Senate, I have the honor to present McMaster's newest Distinguished University Professor, Dr. Hendrik Poinar. Dr. Poinar is a Michael G. DeGroot Chair in Genetic Anthropology and a world-renowned evolutionary geneticist specializing in ancient DNA. His research uncovers traces of organic molecules buried within museum collections, fossils, and sediments, using strategies he has developed to access ancient genomic material. He was the first to adapt next-generation sequencing for use on fossil extracts, thus ushering in the field of paleogenetics. He is credited with founding ancient pathogenomics as well through his reconstruction of the genomes of the causative agents responsible for the Black Death and the plague of Justinian. He's also provided significant insights into the causes and consequences of Pleistocene extinctions. More recently, his team has focused on the reconstruction of an ancient cholera genome, the first complete ancient smallpox genome, and recalibrating the clock on the emergence of malaria. In total, his work is reframing our understanding of infectious disease evolution. By unlocking DNA from soil and sediments, using an approach he pioneered, Dr. Poinar is providing insights that are helping conservationists predict how species, including moose and caribou, will respond to our climate change. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the Poinar Lab developed and deployed rapid screening approaches that were able to identify infected but asymptomatic long-term care workers far quicker than conventional tactics, thereby reducing the risk in vulnerable facilities. Dr. Poinar's fascinating work has led to global media attention and interviews with news outlets including the CNN, the BBC, NBC, and the New York Times. He's been recognized as an EMBO Fellow, Petro-Canada Young Scholar, and the Shirk Meritorious New Scholar. He has received the Premier's Research Excellence Award, a Tier 1 Canada Research Chair, and the Sir John William Dawson Medal. Dr. Poinar is also a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. So it's my pleasure to present the Distinguished University Professor Award to Dr. Hendrik Poinar. Congratulations, Hendrik.
What an important day this is for everyone in the auditorium and those watching online. For those of you who are graduating, this is a time of transition, reflection, and anticipation. On behalf of McMaster University, congratulations, you have earned this day. Convocation gives us a time to pause in a world that rarely slows down. It is a moment for you to look back at who you were when you first arrived on campus and to appreciate how far you have come. It is also a moment to look forward with confidence and purpose to the next stages of the life you are shaping. Today, you leave McMaster not just with a degree, but with an education grounded in curiosity, integrity, resilience, and caring for the world around you. Your McMaster education is distinctive. It is shaped by our setting on an especially beautiful corner in Hamilton. It has been influenced by the university's ideal scale, big enough to matter, yet also small enough to be familial, and by its history and traditions, including the understanding that effective learning is active and collaborative. During your time here, you may have noticed a brick building at the corner of Sterling and Forsyth, which is home to the Bertrand Russell Research Center and Archives. Russell was a British philosopher, mathematician, peace activist who earned a Nobel Prize in Literature in 1950. He was a celebrity in his own right who influenced the Beatles and Muhammad Ali. Russell often wrote and spoke about education. He said, education is not to be viewed as something like filling a vessel with water, but rather assisting a flower to grow in its own way. That is how we have tried to shape your McMaster education. We did not simply fill your minds with information. We asked you to find it, test it, synthesize it, challenge it, and apply it. Just as important as the work you did on your own, you also learned with one another in seminars, on projects, and in other group settings. You've learned that complex problems demand diverse perspectives, and the more durable solutions come when we listen as carefully as we speak. At McMaster, social sciences teaching and research in areas such as economics, anthropology, political science, sociology, religious studies, and various other fields are rooted in these broad questions. How and why do people behave the way they do? How do human actions shape and reflect society? These questions have shaped your education, and I hope they will continue to fascinate you and shape your lives long after today. None of you have all learned that this does not come easily. Your years as McMaster students have unfolded in an era characterized by uncertainty and rapid change. You navigated academic pressure, the end of a pandemic emergency, global instability, shifting technologies, and evolving expectations of what the future might look like. You adapted, you persisted, you supported one another. In doing so, you demonstrated a quality that matters as much as intelligence and skill: resilience. As you move into your next chapters, I encourage you to remember that the most meaningful successes are rarely individual achievements. They come through relationships, collaboration, and trust. Today, you join a global network of more than 250,000 McMaster alumni, including leaders in almost every field imaginable. They are researchers, policymakers, clinicians, entrepreneurs, educators, engineers, artists, advocates, public servants, and inventors. What connects all of you is not just a shared institution, but a shared mindset, a willingness to think deeply, act ethically, and improve the world. Our world needs your ideas, your energy, your passion, and your sense of responsibility. As graduates, you are ready to make a positive impact, not because you have all the answers, but because you know how to ask better questions and where to look for the answers. You'll know when you have found those answers because you understand evidence and context, and because you have learned to adapt when circumstances change. These are the enduring strengths of a McMaster education, and they will serve you in any path you choose. Some of you are stepping into careers you have envisioned for years. Others are still exploring and discovering. Both are normal and acceptable at this time of life. Life after graduation is not a straight line. It is a series of experiments, refinements, and sometimes reinventions. I want you to have the confidence that you will use the skills you have developed here, perhaps in ways that you're not expecting. As you move through your lives, I encourage you to remain open to new ideas, to new people, and especially to learning that continues long after your formal education ends. I encourage you to remain curious, to stay engaged, and to take risks. When challenges arise, as they will, remember that overcoming difficulty is a sign of growth. I hope you will feel a sense of responsibility to your families, to your friends, your communities, your colleagues, and our society. The world needs graduates who are thoughtful, inclusive, and committed to creating opportunity, not just for themselves, but for those around them. Before I close, I want to acknowledge the family members, partners, and friends who stand with you today. Their support, encouragement, sacrifice, and belief have helped bring you to this moment. I want to thank our faculty and staff for their dedication to teaching, research, mentorship, and student success. And to you, our graduates, I want to thank you for choosing McMaster and for shaping this institution with your talent and spirit. Whether your path takes you across the globe or keeps you close to Hamilton, McMaster will always be part of your story, and you will always be part of ours. I hope you'll stay connected and be proud that you studied here. Never underestimate the value of your education or the difference you can make. I hope you leave here feeling prepared, capable, and valued. The future is yours to shape. Go forward with confidence and compassion and keep on learning. I'm proud of you. We are proud of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2026. Now, I know that you guys have been clapping quite a lot, but I have to admit, your applause was somewhat muted. So I'd like you to show the graduates just how proud you are of them by giving them a loud, robust applause that would make them remember this forever. Now that's a lot better. You know, as a McMaster alumni, I know for sure that you've been well prepared, not just to enter the future, but to help engineer a better future. So on behalf of all alums, I'd like to welcome you, be the first to welcome you into the McMaster alumni community. We are proud to have you join that family. To our honorees, congratulations on your exceptional achievements. Both of you sitting right next to each other. Made it easy, I didn't have to look around. Your dedication and your contribution have inspired us. Dr. Fogel, I'm glad I'm the first to have to call you that, by the way. Thank you. And thank you for the kind words, the words of wisdom, and the advice that you shared with the students. Graduates, you heard a number of speeches, and they all were filled with advice and wisdom. And I know that most people don't remember graduation speeches. They don't even remember who the speaker was. Maybe you'll remember Dr. Fogel. But I really want to encourage you to remember the advice, because I myself sitting there noted some things that I could use as well. My very best wishes to you for success, fulfillment, and continued discovery in the years ahead. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, graduates, 2026. You guys did very awesome. And the day off with, yeah, big round, one more round of applause. Grande, the day here with Granyo. Onana, and what do I end up now? That Hungway duck na to what ne, on an sonnet, is what I was, not to hold. McMaster, Dutchman and Eat ne, is what I was end up. On and was so da down and that again go down just what the Hoseo sky went go Sawado. Nay, and you'd wait for Cantos and where the song while we gonna hang out. Nay, always at Scano, do not know. Nay, and the way he had Scott and Jeed Wire now and going to go. Scott, did you what that no hanyoni to Gania took now and going to go. And I na and Jeed were troll weeks and Wednesday date, one or had one hook qua. Nay, Sahon, young was it a good rock. Nay, go to now, the how that the way go home to own until Wednesday. Nay, now on good rocks we all do guess a guy why now the young guy when they get drifting knee. Nay, now and what away and only now Scott did you know how Sahon Wednesday date one or had one hook qua. Nay, go to now, the how that the way go home to own until Wednesday. Nay, to again you talk now and want to go home. And down and Jeed would throw it. Now, had I hold on your touch snake gates and how we and hate. Nay, now, not need on you now, the how that's a guy home. Nay, now, good rocks we all do guess a guy why now, the how that young guy when they get good drifting knee. Nay, now, and what away and only now, Scott, did you know how you had I hold on your touch snake gates and how we and hate. Nay, to again you talk now and want to go home. And on it now, and she'd would throw it now, so we'll go on, it's going to die. Oi, Hawana, touch what? Nate, those are high white, what's that now? Song go, yeah, hank, go hand, don't how much for the young get. Nate, now, I'm going to sweet, oh, now, one need a dog, it's now, or so, now, and what on it now, how when it's going to this song. Nate, now, and what do I know, now, the silver no honor, so we'll go on, it's going to die. Oh, Nate, again, you talk now, I'm going to go home. And on it now, and she'd would throw it. Now, gay young good dog, gay, had the out here killing on a ducky, and you don't. Nay, now, I'm good at sweet dog, a scan, do not done you. Nay, now, and what about you, nonny, now, did you know how you gain here, no, had the out here killing on ducky, and you don't. Nay, to gain any joke talk now, I'm going to go on. And on it now, Jid would throw in a how gay, going here, they had no great and go this song. Nate song to say, don't Nate scan, no, I do not done you. Oh, now, I'm good at sweet dog, as to how we now, hold any don't sure. Nay, and what do I know? Now, the silver on you, now, gone here, they hand drops and go this song. Nate again, you talk now and going to go on. Donito nagat gwini ige gaiga gunhonyo donito. Una agri honek na scano swanochtonyo na tosadwayo na dungwak squadanyo. Donito. Be good, do good, and always remember try your best to make our Mother Earth a better place. Nyaweh.
Thank you, Eric, President Tai, Chancellor Brathwaite, and Derek for your words and congratulations to our award recipients. In a moment, we will rise together for the singing of our national anthem. Following the anthem, the academic and graduate processions will recess to music performed by local Indigenous artists. I invite you to remain standing at your seats until the processions have left the hall. After the ceremony, graduates may collect their diplomas and return their regalia in the Convention Center, where you checked in. Diploma distribution will close 1 hour following the ceremony. We ask that only graduates enter the diploma distribution area. Graduates and their guests are then warmly invited to continue the celebration at the Alumni Welcome event at the David Braley Health Sciences Center, just down the road at 100 Main Street West. This relaxed gathering offers an opportunity to celebrate with family and friends and take photos, with regalia available there for your use for photos, and to connect with the McMaster alumni community. Please join now in the singing of our national anthem. Following the anthem, this convocation stands adjourned.